Good morning. Anybody who joined us for yesterday's stream will be happy to hear that my microphone is fine. I figured as much, considering that it doesn't go anywhere and has a very sturdy cable. The dumb thing that I had done, which is usually what happened, the dumb thing that I had done was when I had gone underneath my desk the other day in order to tidy or clean, or I was dusting, I think. I was cleaning the moldings, that's what I was doing. I had kneeled or at some point managed to hit my phantom power button on my mixer and didn't check that when I was checking the other connections. So that's what was up with that. The good news is the mic's fine. The bad news is I had a moment, but we learn. Now I know to check that next time, because there's going to be a next time, always is. How are you guys doing this morning? It worked, finally got notifications of streaming. I think that the notification may have gone out with yesterday's title, the Sunday Morning WoW. Well, hang on. Sunday Morning WoW should have been 2 days ago title. I don't know what's up. Changing Twitch titles is harder than I would have thought. There's an update button, and clearly it's just for fun. Here this early so we can listen to this sweet intro song. Salutations. Phone went off that she was streaming. I was like, yay. Yeah, so this is our new Tuesday morning Mount Run stream time. It's also because I am a cool lady who did a key this week. Hello. It's also, I get to open my Mythic cache. We're going to be doing Siege of Orgrimmar for our Mount Run. We got about 2 hours, and in that time, I think, if I believe in myself and I don't dilly-dally, I can do 3 runs, I think. We'll see. I was just camping auctions like you do. Once my mail gets in, I should be, real close to 4.6 mil. I'm at 4.48 right now, and I have 100k in the mail because I finally sold some bracers I was trying to flip. So that'll be good. I was having a good morning selling potions, but all things must come to an end. It's time to open my Mythic cache. Evening in the Basque country of Spain. Hello. How are you doing today? Plan to maximize my siege runs. I'm gonna try my best. That's about as detailed as my plan is. I'm going to clench my fists and try really hard. I don't know. I think it's going to be a few more weeks of kind of awkwardly slow runs, because I think it's going to take me a few weeks to learn. The thing that was slowing me down more than anything else was just not knowing what was required to start various fights or to progress to the next area. Oh dear. I shouldn't have picked all this mail up. I'm going to have to eat these down. Okay. I'm going to, that's okay. I have chat to chat with anyway. So let me just put my DE macro on this button. We can go back to big cam screen if you want, just because there's a dog over there and there's a cat over here, and I can kind of see chat from here. I'm a little far out, but that's okay. Okay, so this button should, yeah, there we go. I have that macro set up to disenchant a couple different items. I plugged a few different item IDs in there, and I was delighted to find out that you can just add them in one after another, and then it will go through the list and disenchant any items on that list, and it happened to be in your bag. So I can do this for my plate bracers, I can do this for the cloth blues, I can do this for the epic ones. It's all good. Sleepy shy Joker boy, yeah, he's having his morning. Oh no, I said his name, oopsie daisy. He's having his morning nap. Tidying trouble again. There's really not much else tidying left to do. I'm gonna do my fridge, which is really mostly just like a wipe down. Because there's not that much in, there's food in the fridge. I'm not one of those people that just opens the fridge and there's a bottle of smart water and that's it. I don't know how people live like that. I guess they eat takeout, but it's also not stuffed. I am not shy about throwing out sauces that I cannot identify or leftovers that I do not remember when I made. So there's not a ton in there. I just need to take it out, wipe it all down. Designate a few areas for different things, because for the entirety of the time that we've lived in this place, I've been mostly just shoving things wherever they fit. So yeah, a little bit of work to be done there. I should be able to do my tea cupboard today, because I have some trays to store different types of tea in. Are you seeing this cat right now? She's very flat. She's kind of deflated. How you doing? Oh, twitch ears. Okay, I'm gonna mash this button a few more times. I've been generating my own enchanting mats because I've been finding it to be a much better deal than buying them. And the enchanting market is still going strong, and I hope that I can ride that all the way to 5 mil. I'm getting there. Countess Potato, wonderful name. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Thank you very much for the sub. Such a sleepy doggo. Yeah, we had a good chunk of walk this morning. It was variable in pace because I started listening to the rest of a podcast. I like to listen I like to listen to podcasts in the morning when I'm attempting to draw, and because it takes my mind off of how anxious I am about how I'm performing. So I do that, and then there was like 8 minutes left in the podcast. I didn't want to save it for next time, so I just kept my headphones on and took that with me on my walk because wireless headphones are rock. And then once I finished the podcast, I put on some music. So during the podcast, I was walking at a regular pace because it was just people talking. But as soon as I got some tunes going, we picked up like a lot. So he got a good trot in. I wouldn't say a run. I'm not really much of a runner. Okay. Mythic cache time. So I'm going to need this. I'm going to get some game sound rolling over here. Oh, man. Going to run it 3 times while you do it. You will absolutely beat me. I am eternally distracted and chronically lost. So you are, I guarantee, going to finish it first. Yes, Mythic cache. This way. Quite. Also, check out... Oh, no, I'm off it now. Also, don't mind my brazier hat. I got... This is the Gilliwag mount, which I only just realized yesterday is Gallywix spelled backwards. That did not clue in for me. I thought that they were just making stuff up because, you know, like they do. And apparently with this thing, so this is the blacksmithing / engineering crafted mounts. Blacksmiths make a chassis and engineers make a supercharged engine. You slap them together, you make this thing. You can collect paint colors for this thing. Not all the same colors as the Mechanocat, and you do have to collect separate paints. But there's blue, green, and red, I want to say. And you can get them from Mechagon stuff. So I don't have any of them, so mine is just boring basic color, but like, isn't that cool? Okay, so from my Mythic cache, I'm really hoping for gloves, which means I'm not going to get any, but I'm really hoping for gloves because my gloves are my weak point of my gear. They're still 410, but they have a socket, but they have versatility, so they're pretty gross. We can do better. We can do better. Oh, I'm going to have to sim that. I don't know how to tell if a trinket's good. It's 440. It's 4 frickin' 40, so I'm assuming I really want to slap that on instead of my Shiver Venom relic. I have a 415 Shiver Venom relic, and it has a socket. And I hate it because I'm so bad at it. I know it's a really good trinket. I know it sims really well. I don't feel like I'm getting anything out of it. I had way more fun when I was just wearing my Cyclotronic Beam punch card blaster and would just like laser things down. That was fun. This is not fun. So maybe I can switch it out. How much gold left to Brutosaur? Approximately 400k. Almost there. Hello, Hazel, Queen of WoW, Mother of Bolivian Rams, Breaker of PetSmart Beta Chains. Yes. I mean, just the one. The second one I bought from a fish store that keeps their betas humanely because I figured I wanted to support the business that doesn't keep them in cups. As tempting as it is to rescue them from the cups, all you're doing is opening up a cup for them to stick another one in, so... Okay, so we're going to Siege. We opened the cache, we're going to Siege. I'm going to slap that thing on just for fun. It's a proc, which is sick, because that means I don't have to use a button for it. I would love to have 2 passive trinkets. And we're going to want to make sure our raid difficulty is on Mythic. Very good. And let's see, we'll go Stormwind, Stormwind, Pink Forest, Cherry Place, you know, this portal. Jade Forest, that's the one. With the pink cherry stuff, and then we can fly there. Oh man, it would be so... I mean, I know that I've really worn out my supply of Mount Run luck. We got Mimiron's head after like 30 odd kills, but and I finally got that clip uploaded yesterday. I'm finally like, you know, I've run out of things to clean, so I have to work now. But like, I got Mimiron's head in like 30 odd kills, so I've run out of luck. Like, I'm done, but it would be really cool if I got this one early, because the raids that are after this we get to start farming Warlords raids, and those sound like they're more fun. I love that lipstick color. Do you know what it's called? This is, check it out. I know it's a Sephora one. Sephora brand. Is there a sticker on it still? No, I am a chronic sticker peel offer. Google 6130C. See if that helps you at all. Yeah, no, I don't. Oh, maybe there's a sticker on it. Oh, yeah, okay, no, it's color 14. It's a Sephora cream liquid lip stain. I like these ones because they're good. Or at least they work for me. I know makeup and cosmetics is really, like, specific because things have to interact with your own skin chemistry. So something that's good for somebody may not work for other people, but I like them. Would you recommend leveling enchanting as a profession on an alt? I started my hang on, let me just turn on game sound because I was halfway through that, and I'm gonna start over and read your comment with the articulation that it deserves. Oh boy. There we go. We got lots of time. No need to be in a hurry. Would you recommend enchanting as a profession on an alt? I started leveling my mage through BFA who has skinning and tailoring, and I'm unenthused by tailoring. So what I do if I'm you, drop skinning, keep tailoring, pick up enchanting. Because what you can then do, enchanting is great. You can DE extra stuff you pick up. That's worth quite a bit. You can craft enchants, which are really hot right now. But if you keep tailoring, you know how Tide Spray Linen is like dirt cheap? Hopefully it's dirt cheap everywhere. I'm just assuming. It's like 2 gold a piece on Lightbringer. You can buy that in bulk, mass craft Tide Spray Linen bracers, and then DE them, or scrap them for Expulsum, and then craft the Deep Sea Satin bracers, which is also cheap. So you have more stuff more enchanting mats, basically. You can shuffle cloth into enchanting mats, which is much better value than just buying them. And that's what's really been doing me good. My enchanter and my tailor are separate characters, so I have a lot of mailing that I do. I also mix blacksmithing into the mix, but that's the premise behind a lot of my recent gold in the last month or so. What kind of podcast do you like? Any recommendations? So I know there's a lot of really amazing WoW podcasts, and unfortunately I don't listen to any of them. I'm the worst for consuming WoW-related content. You'd think that I would want a lot of it, and for whatever reason, I really don't. I listen to podcasts by YouTubers mostly because they sometimes offer insight into professional woes of being a YouTuber, which is not something... I don't get to, like, talk shop with anybody. I don't have colleagues. I don't have coworkers. So whenever I can listen to a YouTuber on a podcast complain about their jobs, I relate to that, and that's therapeutic for me. So I listen to Cox and Crendor religiously. They don't really complain about YouTube. They just... well, I can't really explain that one, but it's great. And I've also been trying out the Tripod, which is not even game-related, but there's a YouTube set of people that does that. And that one's all right. Gotta look up the mats for that. I've got a max BS and engineer. I don't know what the engineering shuffle is, but with blacksmithing, Osmanite had dipped kind of cheap, and I had bought a metric buttload of it. So what I have been doing is crafting. I've been mailing my linen bracers are still, for me, the cheapest way to generate Expulsum. And it's great because you also proc these blue linen bracers that I then send to my enchanter to DE those directly for Umber Shards. So I'm mass crafting linen bracers, mailing the green bracers to my blacksmith, mailing the blue bracers to my enchanter, taking the green bracers, mass scrapping them, crafting epic blacksmithing bracers with Osmanite, mailing those to my enchanter and disenchanting all of it. And all of this would be mind-melting without the help of Trade Skill Master for mailing and for crafting. Easy Scrap for mass scrapping if you are still manually scrapping, and please don't. Easy Scrap is amazing. What else do I use? Leatrix for faster looting. I have a Kulturan crafting enchant. I'm going to do a video on all this, don't worry. I have a Kulturan crafting enchant on the gloves of my tailor because if she's spitting out 700 linen bracers in a go, which I do, you want to have crafting on for that. And, yeah, that's the gist of it. But, like, TSM mailing is massive because you're mailing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pieces of gear to specific characters based on the item ID. And doing that manually would murder you. You would just not live anymore. You would not only quit WoW, you would just be done with life. Your parents would cry. I'm sure they love you a lot. Like, it's just a bad day. So, TSM. Kyla Jargon, thank you very much for this sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Happy Tuesday. Happy reset day to all of my North America brethren. And, you know, happy day before reset day to everybody else. Finally hit Siege of Orgrimmar on the list. Yep. Can I AoE these? I can. Yeah, I don't mind. I'm looking forward to getting a little bit of extra gold from vendoring stuff in here. That's going to be pretty sweet. So even if this takes us a long time, it's a nice it will be a nice relaxing run once I get better at it. And we'll get a little bit of gold, and there's a nice transmog in here. I believe I still need the sets on my priest. And I can also... I should take a plate character through, huh? What's the fastest plate character I have? You guys want me to do plate because there's, like, Tusks of Manaroth or some other transmog I'm not going to use because I don't play plate. Then I should do... So I have a warrior, and I have a paladin, and I have a death knight, and I don't like any of them because I don't like playing plate. They're not, actually no, my paladin is too low level for this. She's not done leveling yet. She's my poor Lightforged paladin that's just like stuck in time. My warrior's 110-ish, and my death knight is also 110-ish, like 110 to 112 or so. I call it the day of disappointment. Fair. Culinarian is the best plate class. Is that like an actual class in another game, or is that just like a clever joke? Because either way, I'm into it. I am having the best day, just because yesterday was a great day. I'm still kind of riding the high that was yesterday. I had a wonderful day yesterday. There was like a thing that had been stressing me out that I finally sent an email to check on and found out that I should not have been worrying this entire time because I either misread something or I'm just paranoid. So I feel better about that. That's been sorted out. I got my new vacuum, which, you know, adult lady Hazel is like real jazzed about. You don't even understand. So again, I'm not going to name it yet because I've had it for all of a day. And I want a little bit more data. I want a little bit more experience of having it without having it break. But so far, I am in love with this thing. It's amazing. I'm able to clear out all of my, so we have like a lot of cobwebs. We have fairly high ceilings in here. So there's like a lot of cobwebs. We get little cobwebby spiders, and I had never really been able to clean them before because I didn't have anything that reached up that high, and I didn't care enough to get something because like who looks up there? But I'm entering a stage of my life where I care, you know. I never cared before, and I care now, and so I wanted to clean the cobwebs. And this thing, I can just stick it up there and just decimated all of them. It took me like 8 minutes, and my entire place no longer looks like a haunted house. It's wonderful. Where you can use all the weapons, they're the best man. I got my coffee pot yesterday also, so that may be why I'm a little bit tripping over my words. I've had my first cup of coffee in the last, like, 2 weeks, which was delightful. It was really good. They're the best to collect weapon transmogs. Yes, that is a good point. Aren't they really slow? I guess you can leap. You can do a little hop, jump, skip, leap thing. Am I going backwards? Good grief. I've gone the wrong way. This is the kind of detail that I will smooth out as I get more practice at this run. Oh man, the real victim is you guys having to watch this. Rush attack to move slightly quicker. Oh, that's a good point. Thanks for the explanation. Glad she never switched. Oh, never liked YouTube Live? Mm-hmm. Hang on. Excuse you, are you alright? You're dead, dude. We're done. You're good. Right? The raid did not expect me to turn around and go home. Oh, Final Fantasy XIV Culinarian is a crafter. Gotcha. Got 8 of 8 heroic last night. Time for a mythic. Congratulations. Very nice. Head of the curve. Moving fast. Toss up between warrior and paladin. I'll probably take the warrior then, because she'll have movement. I can do it at like 112, right? I don't need to be 120. We'll find out. Hazel, what are some of your favorite self-care tips? Oh boy. So one of them I've given out before. A few of you have adopted it, which makes me feel amazing. Slam a glass of water right when you wake up. You wake up, you're a little dehydrated, you may not feel thirsty, you may not want to drink water, you might be like, oh no, my mouth tastes gross, but just if you can manage to just like suck it up, slam like 4-6 ounces of water first thing in the morning, keep it on your bedside table, maybe in a water bottle if you're prone to knocking things over when you're tired like me, and you will get a start to your day that much faster, especially if you're someone that likes to hit a cup of coffee in the morning. That's going to dehydrate you more, so just add a little water to the mix, you'll thank yourself later. Also, if you're one of those people that has way too many things to do, learning how to say no helps a lot. I went through that phase quite a few years ago. I now say yes to very few things. I delete emails like it's a mobile game. But I learned if you're somebody that has difficulty saying no to things, as many people are, it's a normal thing to experience, but it can be a problem. Learn how to delegate and learn how to say no. It doesn't make you selfish, it makes you looking out for yourself, because if you're not taking care of yourself, it's going to be harder for you to take care of other people. And that's what I got. Lauralee, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Appreciate it. Hunters have the cheetah speed thing. Monks are real fast, right? So if I want to do my warrior for like the Mog, and I want to do my priest because she's my priest, and I just like playing her, monk is like the fastest thing available, right? Like I have a brewmaster monk. That's my best bet, yeah? Because you can like do the whooshy thing. Technical term, the whooshy thing. Did I win? Excuse me, loot, please. Did I break it? I'm just gonna drink my tea and wait. Hello, Hazel. Just tuned in. What's up, Big Meanie? How are you doing? I have work to do, but popped in to renew the Prime sub, and now all I can think of is finding a decent cordless vacuum for cobwebs. I'm sorry, and you're welcome, and thank you. 112, you can use the plate legendary boots. That sounds like something I don't have. I am the proud new owner of a brilliant glimmer shell. Bladesman Inawari has been so kind. Isn't he sweet? Oh, I did break it. Okay. So I think I need to kill these evenly. Yeah, like that's the idea here. I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to raid frames. And just start mass dotting everything I can see up here. That's my plan. Also, my key that should be Void Eruption has been, up until this point, my disenchant macro, so moving that's important. There we go, much better. Before I head inside, I'm going to take this opportunity to mount up, vendor some stuff, and you know what? I don't need to be carrying around, well, actually I can just vendor those. I don't need to be carrying around extra benthic gear. There will always be more. I can disenchant this. I can disenchant this. I'm not going to disenchant my Shiver Venom Relic. I would love to, but that would be irresponsible of me. I don't need a Volt Scale Shield to get out of here. What else we got? Runic. Oh, man, I'm still at that point in Nagitar where I'm like, I can't delete stuff. What if I need it? I'll just buy more flux. It's fine. Harmony will get. Title Chorus, sure. Yeah, fine. Okay, fine. Oh, you know what I can do, actually? Is I can... I'll do it a little later, but I can summon my portable mailbox and mail stuff. If Sir Patrick Stewart is any imitation, immortality is regularly drinking Earl Grey tea. Hot. Fair. I mean, I wouldn't wish drinking cold tea on many people. There's got to be somebody that likes it. There's got to be somebody that specifically allows their tea to kind of get cold before they drink it. But I don't agree. I respect their right to do whatever they want with their tea. But, nah, it's gotta be hot. Grats on Mim's head. Thank you, Voltec. Druids can stay in cat form, get 30%. I do have a druid. I also really like clearing trash with Sunfire. I very much enjoy the instant cast AoE dot. I find that to be pretty good. Demon Hunters are probably faster. Ah, the one class. The one single class that I do not have. Shaman Wolf, nice. Lots of indoor running. So what I really need is, free of consumables, I need a race. Maybe one day if I get really, really bored, and this is the kind of thing I say before I propose an idea that I am never going to do, but I would either set it up with some people or I would just time it myself and do it all myself. No consumables, sprint race. You know, over like a good long distance. No consumables, no mount. You know, nice even playing field. Who can get from A to B fastest? Because there is an answer here, and I don't know what it is. It's probably, well, I don't know. Demon Hunters be faster than monks? Maybe. I need to build a speed set. My hunter can have a movement speed of 175%. Yeah, I'm gonna need to talk to Norishan to start this. Yeah, so yes. I've never needed one up to this point because I was always running mostly quite short raids or raids with skips. Like I was able to skip most of ICC and most of Ulduar. So movements, and I was always doing it across like 10, 12 characters. So it wasn't really feasible or something that I wanted to do to build that many sets. But if I'm just doing, now that I'm in Siege, that does kind of change things. It might be a good idea. I hate keeping extra gear. I am so not a fan of it. Darsha Lynn, hello. How are you doing? I am catching up a little bit. Hey Hazel, how you doing? What's up, rainy days? I am great. I'm awesome. You know what else I did after I finished vacuuming yesterday? Mop my floors. My cheapo sponge mop does a bang up job. They were sparkling, and now I'm excited to do that every weekend with the house cleaning because it also smells nice. Like, I don't know. It's not like it smelled bad before. I'm curious about what people who have homes that smell amazing do because I don't want it to be like, I know like if you have a house that's already clean, that's like your step one. If it smells like garbage, then that's a problem. But, like, once your house is already, like, clean, I know you can cook things. Like if you're trying to sell a house, I know often real estate agents will, like, put an apple pie in the oven or cookies or something. I know there's, you know, there's, like, candles and incense and whatever, but I don't really want to burn stuff, and I don't really want to put oil in the air, because that's the kind of thing that can leave deposits on surfaces. And I'm not against a candle once in a while, but, like, not all the time. And I also don't think I really want, like, an air freshener. I don't want any sprays that they're going to put airborne chemicals that could fall into my aquariums. So I guess I have a problem that's not a problem that I'm never going to fix because it's not a problem, and I should probably get over it. Oh, man. I tend to delete Azurite Benthic and focus on the ones that are stronger. Make an early grey tea. Hubby lets anything hot get warm. Tea, coffee, soup. Yeah, I mean, I know sometimes I'm quite a fast eater. If I have a plate of food in front of me, I'm going to eat it, and then that's going to be that. I don't, like, shove it in my face, but I also don't take a lot of time between bites. So I can get through a plate of food pretty quick, and my husband's not like that, especially if he's trying to multitask. Like, often it'll be raid night, and I'll make us both a plate of food and have them on our desks, and I'll eat in between pulls, and he can't multitask like that, so he often has to deal with, I should make dinner earlier. That's my problem. Oh, man. South Americans worship iced tea. Southern Americans. Well, there's iced tea and there's sweet tea, and they are vastly different things. And depending on where you are, they won't always be called different things. Like, from where I'm from, up on Vancouver Island, if you ask for an iced tea and you're in a very casual place, they're going to give you, like, a Nestea, kind of like a sweet tea drink. And if you're in a restaurant and you ask for an iced tea, they're going to give you actual iced tea, which is unsweetened and quite bitter, and a shock if you were expecting the sweet one. Mage wins by teleporting to the finish line. I spent my lunchtime trying to get Lich King public service announcement. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. I was born in the South. People were devastated that I didn't like sweet tea. Qbort, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. I hope you enjoy your shiny icon and your emotes. Yeah, I'm assuming we're talking about the same thing. Maybe they put more sugar in the South, but I like the sweet tea, the fake stuff that's not really tea, but it's kind of like juice. It's nice, but I don't drink it anymore because I've mostly done away with sugary beverages. Most of the things that I'm drinking are either unsweetened or they're like 0 calorie sweetened. Not because I'm worried about, like, my weight, but because of I find that if I drink a lot of sugar, I get, like, energy spikes and crashes that are really bad and hard to deal with, and also my teeth. Like, my teeth need help. Hey, Hazel, great to see you. What's up, Lodor? How are you doing? There's a script that lets you continue fell rushing. Not sure if it's against terms of service. If it's at all iffy, I might pass. I'm grateful for Sensi. He's fabuloso. I've never heard of those. Did you ever figure out what a steam mop was? So I was looking at them because I was also, like, I don't plan on getting any more cleaning tools because my space is pretty much set. It's not a very big space. We're good. But I was looking online to learn more about things like carpet cleaners and steam mops. And I found, like, a few steam mop profiles, and I was reading through everything about them. And I still don't 100% understand what it's for. I understand that it uses steam to clean surfaces. But, like, the promotional images were very confusing. Are you trying to clean your carpet with it? Are you just doing kitchen counters? Is it going to do something for me that a wet washcloth won't do? I'm all about a device that is going to make my life a lot easier, but I am not about a device that will make my life a tiny bit easier, take up a bunch of space, and I could also do that thing with a very simple tool. Put dryer sheets in all my pillows? Interesting. We actually haven't had dryer sheets for a long time. I just have staticky laundry. It's never bothered me enough to, like, buy dryer sheets. So I was late out running the tiller, turning over the compost pile. Fun. Bake some cookies. Makes the house smell good. When you're done, you've got cookies. True. True. Husband got back into WoW. Yeah, I mean, he's been playing this whole tier. He, for the most part, will come and raid for a raid tier and then take a break until the next one, which is pretty typical for our guild. There was one tier recently that he took a longer break, like he left mid-tier and came back, but aside from that, we're mostly on track. So I'm going to wait right here because that's where my portal's going to spawn. In Texas, you ask for tea and all you get is sweet tea. Coming from YouTube? Welcome. Glad you made this. Glad you made it. Glad you made it over. My brother moved to the South and cannot stand when we make tea around here, despite him living in the Midwest for 18 years. Oh, man. Yeah, my new favorite way to do tea, if I'm, like, now that I have a way to cold brew coffee, I have 2 separate, like, cold brew carafes. One of them is for cold brewing tea, and one of them is for cold brewing coffee. If you've never done it, it's stupid easy. It's basically just, like, a carafe that has, like, a basket in it, and you put in your coffee or your tea. Fill it up with water. Doesn't have to be hot water. Should probably, like, room temperature tap water even. Throw that in the fridge overnight, and then the next day you take the stuff out and you got yourself some cold brew coffee or tea. It sounds complicated. It's not. It doesn't even sound complicated when I say it. The term cold brew coffee makes you think that something's going on there, but it was just left in cold water overnight. That's it. And given the choice between the two, I've been picking the coffee because it's quite good. But what I like doing for tea is if I've cold brewed some tea, I like to use that to make bubble tea, and that I will sweeten. I will make a syrup if I'm doing bubble tea. You look so vibrant on Twitch, and you just inspired me to put lipstick on. There you go. I love a good day lipstick. I often end up wearing them on days I'm not going to be on camera. And sometimes I take them off before I go outside. I don't know why. It's not like it's terribly strange. I live in Portland. Everybody's got crazy fashion going on here. You can make natural potpourri to steam on your stove with spices from your kitchen cupboards. Oh, that might be good. Shouldn't be harmful to the aquarium. That's true. That's fair. Yeah. I'm mostly trying to stay away from like Febreze air sprays, that kind of thing. They can smell very nice, but I'm also not trying to gas my poor fish. Sensi uses warmers to melt wax. Okay, so it's basically like a candle, but without the fire. Biggest draw for steam mops is they are chemical free and can be used on almost any surface. Not the best for carpets. I use it to clean my whole bathroom. Okay. Interesting. I use Fabuloso as well. What is Fabuloso? At the risk of advertising something I'm not aware of. I've never heard of that, and it sounds suspicious to me. Oh, I need to remember to click the bombs. Let's try not to do that. Or forget. This was one of my larger slowing. What am I trying to say? This slowed me down a lot last time. That's what I'm trying to say. Because I did not click all the bombs. So I'm going to try and pay just enough attention to get this cannon's remaining down to 0. I got to AoE down the trash, though. What if they drop something good? Like, I can just Mind Seer for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, maybe 5. And, wow, I just got 5 gold. I got a jerkin that I can vendor for 13 gold. You know, I get to keep that. I steam mop myself when my shower is broken. Oh, no. I don't know much about steam mops, but I have a big feeling that's a very bad idea. Like, I know you're not actually, but still. I have a big feeling that's a dangerous thing to do. My guild just died from losing too many players. I'm looking for a new one, but nervous. Guilds are about to lose a bunch of people to Classic. Not sure now is a good time. I feel like it'll be a great time because if guilds, especially like right around Classic launch, if guilds are losing people to Classic but they still want to raid, they're going to need to recruit to fill in their gaps. So you may end up with a few situations like yours where guilds are combining or just taking in new people to fill in gaps left for that. If I lived in Portland, I would wear lipstick, and I'm a dude. You live your dream, man. You know, it doesn't have to say anything about you if you don't want it to. It can say something about you if you want it to, but like you just do you. Although in Portland, you would definitely get less. I mean, depends on where you are. Oregon is surprisingly conservative outside of Portland, but you live your dream. Something chemical that happens with cold brewing that wouldn't happen with gradual cooling. I don't know. Have you ever seen Portlandia? Surprisingly, no. I have actually never watched it. Also, how you doing? They have sweet black tea packets now. My mom will make a large batch of tea with 2 regular black and 1 sweet tea packet. That's pretty good. Just another snake oil gimmickry. I'm trying to learn which. I'm sure like for every like weird household appliance, there are people that will use it a lot and it will be very good value for them, and there will be people that don't have as much of a need for it. And it'll just be another thing in their closet, depending on what, you know, their home needs are and what their lifestyle's like. So what works for somebody is not going to work for everybody. It doesn't make it snake oil. It just means it's not necessarily a good idea. I have been on the fence about whether or not I should get a garlic press, because I do use garlic often. I put it in many things. I always have fresh garlic around. And I just mince it with a knife and a cutting board. And that kind of works. I don't think I really need anything else. So I don't know if I need one. And I don't know if I need it at a garlic press in the drawer. But I also know they're not very big. So maybe I could keep one. I don't know. Garlic press owners, weigh in. Worth? It's a cleaner that looks like delicious children's drink. It's a very poor design. Oh dear. Oh man. Fabuloso, will you mop your tile? Okay. Sounds like my blender purchase. Yeah. I don't have anything to make smoothies with now because I killed my poor food processor. And I don't want another magic bullet because I've seen 2 or 3 magic bullets die in my lifetime, and I'm not that old. So I don't believe in them anymore. I think they work fine. Maybe I'm just too hard on my things, but I have always either burned out the motor or killed the acrylic cup. So I want something different, but also I don't have smoothies that often. And the other thing I used to use it for was making pesto, and I haven't made pesto in years, so I don't know if I really need one. Smoothie phase lasted a week, and now it just sits. Yeah, I mean, husband does protein shakes sometimes, but he has like a blender bottle for that. I use a grater for my garlic. Could not live without a garlic press. I loathe and despise chopping garlic. I have a garlic press, really hard to clean. That's what I remember. We had one when I was a kid. And I specifically remember it like did a wonderful job pressing garlic, but it was bad to clean. It was hard to clean. There's probably models that have accounted for that design flaw, but you're right. I could probably just use a fine grater as long as I'm not grating my fingers, because I do that. I don't like having to clean my garlic press, so I rarely use it. I think that's where I came from. Should get one. Every person I've ever met that cooks a lot loves it. Use mine, worth it. I probably just need to look into finding one that would be easy to clean, and finger safe. Buy a jar of chopped or minced garlic. I guess I'm lazy, but I really hate to stand around chopping more than I have to. I think most things that I make with garlic, I'm also chopping other things, so I just do the garlic along with everything else that I'm chopping up, and that's fine. It does make my fingers smell like garlic. I've heard you can like wipe them on stainless steel or something to make them not smell like garlic, but I've never really minded having garlic fingers. Garlic smells good. There are worse things your fingers could smell like. Oh man. Music in here, I know it was loud for a bit, but now it's just like gone. Oh, that's why. There we go. Oh, no, don't log out. That's not the button I'm looking for. Complaint could just be due to an awkwardly designed press. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. Probably not anytime soon. I should be done shopping for a little bit. We just bought the vacuum. I've got some extra stuff coming in for my streaming setup so that I can get more things mounted onto my desk, because right now one of my lights is like on a floor stand, which takes up a lot of space. And my camera is also on a tripod, which takes up a lot of space, and it's kind of awkward to maneuver around. So I've got arms for both of those things so that I can just have everything mounted to my desk. I can scooch the desk forward a bit, and I'm looking forward to having some extra distance between me and my background, because that'll be better for recording, especially if I end up with a camera with nicer lenses. Check out estate sales, always a blender or a food processor. I don't buy a lot of used things. I probably should. There's probably, like, I've donated enough things that I knew worked perfectly well but just weren't for me, that I should know well enough that a lot of it's probably fine. I'm just one of those people that's a little bit odd about, like, refurbish or used things, even though they're probably fine. I used the magic bullet briefly when bullet coffee was a thing, not so much now. I used to, like, when I had one as a kid, I did do smoothies a lot. We did smoothies a few times a week. I would do pesto every summer when I had basil. There he is. So it was fine. It was just, oh man, I need better aim for this. Sorry. He staggers. Come back! Oh, I can spin. There we go. There we go. Do I need to get you again? I'll get you again. There you go. Oh, man. And just like a nice, calm jump. All good. Kind of lipstick are you wearing? It looks wonderful. Thank you. It's a the Sephora house brand liquid lip. Even I have a garlic press, and I'm like the least culinary guy out there. I think I want to get a little bit more into cooking. Now that I know where everything is in my kitchen, and I have all this extra counter space from getting stuff off my counters, I feel inspired. I found a cookbook when I was cleaning up my books, and my mom had given it to me for my birthday in 2012. I know that because she wrote me a real cute note and dated it 2012. So I've had it for a while, and it's one of those like restaurant cookbooks, you know, like a super trendy restaurant, real popular, will put out a cookbook with a lot of their recipes, and you get it being like, wow, now I can just like make them at home instead of having to wait in this crazy line for this expensive restaurant. But the trick is that these recipes are so complicated and so many ingredients, and they use such weird stuff that you're going to try a recipe and be like, wow, I just bought 17 things that I will not use in anything else. I may as well just go eat at the restaurant. So I think it's like a secret trick to try and make it seem like, wow, you know, these things are hard to make. They are worth it. And that makes you go stand in the line for a reservation. I no longer live anywhere close to this restaurant. I don't even know if it still exists. I mean, 2012 was a long time ago. But I dug up the cookbook, and a lot of it sounds really good. It's like a vegetarian cookbook. And I found some things that both my husband and I can eat. So I'm going to try a few of them. I'm going to try to like actually cook again and not just prepare food. It may not go well, but that's okay. A hazard for myself. I know the grating fingers feel. I always get, and not always, I don't do this very often. I'm pretty careful because I've done it enough times, but I'll be doing cheese and I'll get my knuckles a tiny little bit. I don't know how. You'd think you would get your fingertips, but it's always my knuckles. A little oil so the garlic doesn't stick. Would a ginger grater work for garlic? Oh, I don't have a ginger grater. Whenever I need to grate ginger, I just do it on my cheese grater. It's like a really coarse cheese grater too, because I am not about the life of a finely grated cheese. It's too much work to grate it, and usually 10 times out of 10, if I am grating cheese, I'm just gonna melt it. I don't need it to be super finely grated. So I do a nice coarse cheese grate, and I just grate my ginger on that, and it works fine. Actually, lately, I'm not one for the pre-minced ginger, but what I do buy is like, sorry, I'm not one for the pre-minced garlic, but what I do buy is ginger. It's basically in a squeeze tube. It's like made into a paste, but it's just like fresh ginger that they've pureed. But it's, I really like that. It's very easy to use. It's a lot easier to keep around because I would buy fresh ginger and I wouldn't use it fast enough and it would get like really shriveled and dry before I'd even used a piece of it. So I do use tube squeezed ginger, which I'm sure many people will find appalling, but it's good. It's yummy. Garlic press that has nubbins to push debris out of the hole, especially if you clean it right away. Use a small food processor to chop a bunch. Now we know that you're not a vampire. Oh man. Oh, because I like garlic. It's hard. I can't imagine what I would cook with if I couldn't cook with garlic. Like I mean, obviously there's lots of other things that give good flavor, but it's just like such a good one. So I can just like run in here. I do need to make sure that I remember before I enter the lower part where you can no longer mount up. I do need to make sure I remember to stop and vendor my stuff. Hazel, islands are great this week. Double pirate week. 2 islands have pirates, so pirate chances galore. Ooh, that's a good tip. Okay, we have streams. I can do island streams. I can also call them gold making streams because, you know, maybe we'll get some stuff to sell. I actually got some pets that I already sold. I also sold a few extra slimy pets this week and finally got rid of this gooey shawling that I'd been holding on to for ages. I had to price it real low. Somebody probably bought it to try and flip, but that thing was not selling, so I've had it for like a year. What if vampires are real, but the garlic and silver bullets just nonsense? Possible. I feel like if they are, they're probably not that bad, because otherwise we would have a lot more vampire-related tragedies happening. So if there are vampires, they're probably very considerate. What's up, Felix? How you doing? How you been? New Instant Pot recipes. What have I made? Okay, so you know how I was talking about, maybe you don't. In case you're here for the first time, or you've just never caught this particular rant, I make this sandwich. I, once upon a time, got real fed up and, like, hangry and was like, I want a sandwich. And I don't just want any sandwich, I want a fancy sandwich. So I, like, roasted sweet potatoes and I caramelized onions and I stacked it up with, like, a balsamic vinaigrette and a garlic aioli and some spinach and some feta cheese, a little bit of mozzarella cheese on, like, a toasted ciabatta bun. It took, like, an hour and a half, but it was amazing. And I have since started to adapt that recipe for the Instant Pot because while it's a very delicious sandwich, it takes an hour and a half. And I can handle a few minor downgrades in texture for the sake of having it done really easily, because I want it to be something I can just make in a weeknight. So I'm experimenting with the recipe because I pulled it out of my butt, so it's not like a real thing, but I'm experimenting with it. And what I've been doing is I've been taking the sweet potatoes and the onions, chopping them up into reasonable sizes, throwing those in the Instant Pot with balsamic vinegar, a little bit of vegetable oil, or you could use olive oil, whatever. Some water to make sure the cooker has enough pressure. And then salt, pepper, some sugar. You could do honey or you could do brown sugar. And a little bit of spices. So I was trying like a little bit of ginger, a little bit of cardamom. I'm into putting cardamom in things these days. So I threw all that in there. Pressure cooked it. I did a little long this time. I did like 20 minutes on high. I could probably do it for like 15, maybe even 12. Hang on. I need to go back. I didn't vendor enough stuff. I forgot the greens. I don't want to sell those. I just want to vendor them. And then toasted the bun in the oven. Still to toast that. Mixed up the aioli. For my aioli, I just like, it's a, aioli purists will fight me on this, but what I do is I just mince up garlic real tiny and mix it with mayo, which I usually hate, but you mix up a bunch of garlic, like a whole clove of garlic, or even 2, with like a couple tablespoons of mayo, a splash of lemon juice, and then salt and pepper. And it's real good. So mix that up. You can throw that on any sandwich, but like you mix that up, layer that with like the veggies from your Instant Pot, some feta cheese on a toasted bun. And that's pretty good. I did like an open face sandwich. We did this last night while we were in Mechagon. And it was pretty tasty. Like you don't get the caramelized onions. I need to work on perfecting my onion recipe, but I am interested specifically in doing both the onions and potatoes together in one Instant Pot go, because I'm all about making it easy, Bird Lotus, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. How you doing today? Poor pet having to chase you while you ride the stylish ATV. Oh yeah, I got my spectral tiger cub silver kitty out today. I had him out because I wanted to get him on the cranky crab. I thought that would be cute. Let's see, cranky crab. Okay, we have 64 inventory slots. I can probably do better than this inventory slot wise, but this will do for now. There you go. That's the good stuff right there. Oh man, cook like my family and exclusively use salt. Yo, my cooking got so much better once I stopped being afraid of salt. You grow up, you hear a lot about how foods are too salty, you should cook them yourself so you can control the salt, and salt's bad for you, and sodium, and blood pressure, and whatever. And while that is true, you do not want too much salt, and a lot of commercially prepared foods have a lot of salt in them. Assuming that you are not eating a ton of them, it's okay to have some salt in your food. You do need it. You do need some amount of salt to live. And I don't remember how to leave here. This is right? Yeah. Oh, it's over here. And food that has been correctly salted is miles better than the same food that has been incorrectly and undersalted. Occasionally have to process over 100 cloves of garlic, so I get a lot of use of it in a garlic press. Food processor works as long as I don't overdo it. That's a lot of garlic. Garlic hurts my stomach. Oh no. I freeze my ginger. Use the same rasp for garlic, easy to clean. Stainless steel rasp. What's a rasp? Sounds like a snake. Do you vendor raid greens instead of DE? I do. Depending on the raid, like if I am doing a vanilla raid, I will sometimes try to sell the greens because those have more transmog value. But like mop greens, the higher the expansion, the more the vendor price is, which is going to affect your deposit prices. And these things are fairly hard to sell. So you can sell them and you can do well off that, but it's so much easier and faster to just vendor them. And that way you're not risking having to repost something a bunch of times and spending more in deposits than it's worth, especially because deposits are expensive these days. I love my Instant Pot. We made turkey stuffed peppers this weekend. Ooh, that sounds fun. I still haven't done the cheesecake. I still have not done the Instant Pot cheesecake. It may end up having to wait for next weekend unless I do it like this afternoon, but I have a video that I want to make and I gotta make some videos. Love my Instant Pot. Yeah, me too. Mad about it. Salmon story makes me hungry every time and I'm not a big veggie person. I mean, I'm not a big veggie person if you just like hand me a plate of like celery and broccoli, but you can make veggies amazing. You just gotta be not afraid of making them salty and fried. Not fried, but a little butter never hurt. Well, that's not true. I was about to say a little butter never hurt anybody, but that's not true. Well, butter hurt a lot of people. Fresh ginger tea. That's a good idea. I think I'd make ginger tea with like fresh ginger if I'm sick, which I think is why I don't make it if I'm not sick, because it reminds me of when I have like an upset stomach. But if I have like a digestive sickness, I will make fresh ginger tea, and that helps a lot. I need to learn how to make pickled onions. I mean, pickling and canning and preserving is like a whole thing you can get into. I know my grandmother does a lot of that. Do you have Qt? I do. Looking at Instant Pots, but couldn't get around to buying one yet. Yeah, I didn't even want one. It elbowed its way into my life. People have been pitching me the darn Instant Pot for years. Everybody in my husband's workplace is obsessed with it. They all use them all the time, and I resisted forever because I'm like, I don't want a kitchen gadget that, like, I have pots, you know? I don't need a weird one. I didn't want a pressure cooker because I'd seen some, like, scary videos of them, exploding. And I thought that people that were into them were too into them, and it felt culty to me, so I didn't want one. And eventually my husband bought one, which is cute because I'm the one that cooks. But he bought one on Prime Day, and I was like, fine, I'll use it because it seemed very important to him. And he's right, it's stupidly good. It makes the best mac and cheese. My buddy that doesn't even cook all that much, he has one. His family just got one. And he tried the mac and cheese, and he's like, oh my god, it's so easy, and it's so good, it's not fair. Oh, man. I accidentally vendored a Popple Fez, didn't realize it was worth until a year later. Oh, no. Still sounds a little resentful. Yep, I am. I am resentful. I don't know why. It's kind of fun. I don't get to be mad about many things. I'm not a very angry person. I find it to be largely unproductive for me, generally speaking, but it's fun to be like kind of cranky about something once in a while. So whenever I can find like an innocent target of my anger that's not going to really hurt anybody, unless like somebody who works at Instant Pot corporate is like suddenly randomly here, I don't think anybody's feelings are going to be hurt that I'm grumpy about liking my Instant Pot. Hopefully. Is Choker okay? He's okay. He's okay. We found a flea on him yesterday, which is upsetting. So he already has flea medicine rolling, so I don't know how it got there. But I washed the beds, super vacuumed the area. I'm going to keep washing the beds every couple of days or so. We got new flea medicine on the way for both him and the cat so that it doesn't spread any farther. We only found one, but that's still not good. But he's a little bit itchy right now. Bit of a bummer. Happens, though. It's getting warm outside. Is the Instant Pot the same as the crock pot? It's not, but it can do many of the same things. So the Instant Pot is a pressure cooker. It can essentially do things that the crock pot does, but faster. The thing that really made me not so mad about getting one is the fact that it also replaced... Hang on, I need to go up the stairs. This caught me last time. Where are the stairs? Through here and then around to the right. There we go. It could replace my rice cooker because I had a rice cooker already on my counter that I hadn't really liked for a long time. It always burned rice. And it was fine because it would just burn the bottom of the rice and I just wouldn't eat that part. But like it always burned rice. So the fact that I could replace the rice cooker and just put it in that spot meant that I could afford the counter space, and that meant I could try all the other stuff, and it's been pretty good. Now I want one as soon as it's on sale. So yeah, the things that I've been using it for, I use it to cook rice. It does a great job on rice as far as I'm concerned. I use it to make pasta, which I was concerned about because I was like, there's no way that you can just pressure cook it. I had always been suspicious of those like one pot pasta recipes that had you just like make your sauce out of the remnants of the water you cooked the pasta in. I always thought that was gross and would never work, but like this does work. What else do I do in it? I tried proving bread. That actually worked really well. If you're somebody that likes to make bread, you can get bread to rise in it. It has this yogurt setting. Apparently you can also make yogurt. I haven't tried that. I don't know why I would want to. Who wants homemade? I mean, somebody wants homemade yogurt, but I don't know. I don't like yogurt that much. But yeah, you throw some bread dough in there in yogurt setting, and that will prove it. And it's like a nice, consistent, even temperature. Because I don't know anybody that has a proving drawer. And it works out good. Thinking about fleas make me itchy, super vacuumed. I mean, I do have a new one, yeah. I mean, I had already been cleaning the area. So I'm glad that I have everything tidy. So it's very easy to move things and like really get in there and clean thoroughly. Because I don't think that we need like an exterminator unless it got to a point where it was a bigger problem. But I still want to keep an eye on it. That would give me heebie-jeebies, yeah. It's the first time I think I've noticed that we've found one on him. I think he used to get them when we had a house with a yard and like some brush and another dog because there were like more points of contact. But yeah. Where am I going? Where am I going? We want to head this way. We want to head for Paragons. This actually isn't taking so long. Like, I took a bit of time getting started, and I, like, opened my cache, and I disenchanted some stuff. About, like, an hour. I guess it's still taking a while. I don't know. I don't know when I started. I love my Instant Pot. Only one dish to wash. And it's nice and easy to wash, too. I was concerned about that. Stuff like food processors. Food processors are always like, well, you can do all of these things in just one. But, for me, it was always like a... Hang on, I need to do the sides, right? Or can I do this yet? No, we need to do the sides. My food processor dish was always like weirdly shaped, and sure, you can throw it through the dishwasher and you can wash it in the sink, but it's like giant and weird and awkward. And the Instant Pot is giant, but at least it's not weird and awkward. At least it's just a pot. I thought... No, this isn't right. Have I gone the wrong way? Maybe I can go straight ahead. I know that there's a point where I need to clear the side doors. Oh no, that door is open. Okay, we gotta go ahead. That's right. I'm not there yet. Crockpot's my best friend. My rice cooker always has a semi-burned crust. Maybe it'll justify the purchase of an Instant Pot. Perhaps. It's also, it makes rice cooking really, at the risk of sounding like I'm just shilling for this thing. They don't pay me, by the way. I'm not sponsored by anything right now. Usually with rice, if you're making different kinds of rice, because I really like to make brown rice because I feel better using that in my rice bowls for like lunch. In a rice cooker, you have all these different proportions of rice to water based on how long it has to cook. But with the Instant Pot, because the moisture isn't escaping, it's just 1 part rice, 2 parts water for everything. And then all you change is the cooking time. Just one, you're fine. It's bad when you can feel them bouncing off you as you walk through a room. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh, I don't want that. I wonder if it's the area. I'm in Portland, found a couple fleas in my dog for the first time in years this year. Yeah, it's entirely possible that due to the weather, we might be getting more of them. I know it did not get very cold this winter, and fleas are really tenacious anyways. It takes like a long stretch of cold weather to actually kill fleas. So it's entirely possible that there's more of them this year because it didn't really get all that cold this year. 10 steps to clean food processors. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was manageable. I still used it. But it was just like kind of big and awkward and clunky, and I have a cutting board. Oh man, the moment when tornado sirens go off, you remember it's only Tuesday? Wait, tornado sirens, Tuesday. Confused. We don't have anything like that here because we're not really in a tornado-y area. Do tornadoes usually happen on weekends? I feel like I'm missing something. I don't have an uptime command. At some point, I should set up more of a bot. I don't have any commands. I have no commands. Oh, man. This Najidar world boss is lagging. I get weird lag in Najidar every now and then. It just kind of... Not all that often, but usually right around the time when I want to be flying around farming my prismatic crystals. I get really weird lag, and it takes me a really long time to loot them, and that kind of sucks. Only ever Najidar. Only ever Najidar. Oh, they're tests. It's a Midwest thing. Test their sirens the first Tuesday of the month. Oh, interesting. I mean, I guess it's good that they're maintaining them. We have, growing up, not here, like, generally, but growing up in the Northwest, we did earthquake drills in school and learned about earthquake safety and, you know, what to do in the event of an earthquake. And I've found out now that apparently all the stuff they taught us was, like, incorrect. Or not incorrect, but not necessarily advisable. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's like really ready. Massachusetts, we've been getting tornadoes over the last decade. We get baby tornadoes in Quebec. No sirens here. It's important to change the vac bag every time you vacuum fleas. This is a mom speaking. So I have a bagless vacuum, and I am currently emptying the canister about 3 times a vacuum because the dog hair pulls up so much. So I am definitely on it. I can clean it as well. They're pretty big. Like, obviously the eggs and whatnot might not be so big. It might be worth giving it like a good hot soapy clean, but they're pretty big. We test tornado sirens every Friday. You mentioned add-on for all the icons on the minimap. Minimap button bag, abbreviated to MBB on the Twitch app if you're looking for the add-on. Dogs have the magic of infinite body fur, especially this one. This little boy right here, this sleepy little angel, sheds like like it's his job. You just look at him and it poofs out of him in a cloud and just settles on everything. All the time. Which is fine because I love him. And I'm going to be vacuuming anyways. And the cat also sheds, so I got to get through it anyways. So, Sadie Doggy, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. He sheds like a husky? Yeah, probably not as much. I would imagine that husky, like an actual husky, would be more just because of the sheer quantity of, like, additional dog that you're dealing with. But he definitely sheds like a husky. He has the undercoat, and he blows that a few times a year. We had a few funnel clouds here in Nova Scotia recently. How concerned, like, as somebody that lives in an area that gets storms like that all the time, when you see something like that, on a scale of 1 to 10, how concerned are you? I feel like it would really freak me out because my entire experience with funnel clouds is from watching The Wizard of Oz. That's my only, like, it's a twister. That's like my entire experience with that. And, you know, in that movie it was pretty scary, so. Hazel, weird to see you on Twitch. We up here. We moved. Okay. See if I can do this any faster. Now that I've understand mostly the basics. Where's my tea? I got a green tea this morning. I don't have to linger over black tea because I can just finish the coffee early and then switch to something lower caffeine. Corgis shed like that as well. Oh. I don't know why I'm bummed out about that. I wasn't planning on getting a corgi. I just would like to believe that they're magical dogs that don't shed. I guess I'm sure they do. Okay, boxes. Boxes. I want big boxes. Big boxes. None of these medium boxes. I guess one medium box. None of these medium boxes. We want big boxes over here. I can tab dot to take off a few of the stragglers while I am breaking boxes. Because I can do that without hitting globals. That's nice. Big box over here. How we doing? This is just so much back and forth. Okay, over we go. At least you have lots of time, or at least enough time. I know this one used to be annoying to solo, or at least I heard that it used to be annoying to solo. I never tried it. And then where are we going? This way? Whichever way it lets me go, I suppose. I'll come catch back up on chat after this. In the meantime, let me see if I can think of a story to tell. The other thing I can think of, it's not very exciting, but I bought a clock for our bedroom. You know, we're in a 2-bedroom place, so there's like a main area and then the 2 rooms. I'm in one of them right now, and the other one is our bedroom. And in this room, my office, obviously there's a computer here. And then in the kitchen, there are kitchen clocks. And in the main sort of sitting area, my husband's computer's there, so his computer has a clock. Obviously, I wear a watch, so, like, time is not a big issue for me. But if you just kind of want to, like, look around and see the time, in the bedroom, there's really no place for that. We don't really have, like, bedside alarm clocks. We just use our phones for that. And I don't really like using my phone to check the time because I find myself liable to get distracted and do something more than that, which is not what I intended to pick up my phone to do. The watch has actually been really helpful for that. But I wanted a clock. You know, it's like kind of cute. And there's like a spot in the wall. I was like, I want a clock. I had one previously, but I think I tried to adjust the time on it too aggressively when switching either to or from daylight savings time. And it never worked after that. And I just had a broken clock on my wall forever. So when I was out buying my mop and my mirror at the store the other day, I picked myself up like a cheap clock. And I hung it on the wall. And it doesn't have a seconds hand. It doesn't tick. But, you know, it's like kind of nice. Kind of matches the decor a little bit. I don't have a big theme, but I have like a few color families I like to stick within, and it's just like I get to look on the wall and be like, oh, that's what time it is. And it's just up there. So there you go. That's the quality of my content when I can't read chat. Oh, man. I could tell you about other videos that I'm planning for this week, although that's a dangerous game to play because typically I plan 3 videos and I do one of them, And I already got the mount drop clip done. So, the one that I'm working on today anyways. I want to do a look at the Worgen and Goblin models because I've actually managed to not see them yet. And I know they're up on the PTR. So I want to check out the new Worgen Goblin models and animations in a video. And I couldn't really decide. I had 2 ideas for angles for it. Why am I not? I need to hop and hit a thing, huh? Because it won't let me open any of those boxes. So I probably need to go do the other side. I can hit these boxes. Yes, quite. Yeah, so the 2 angles I was thinking of, one of them was just like checking them out in a, not a reaction style, but like having a camera and talking naturally in real time and not having it scripted. And then the other angle of it was very much more of a before and after style that has less personality. So somebody that just wants to see the before and after doesn't have to deal with my puns. And I think what I decided to do is do the first one with like the camera and we can talk about the models. But I can also superimpose the before shot in each shot so that we can have, you know, I like direct side-by-side comparisons. I love a good progress pic, so I think that's my plan. We'll see. I haven't sat down to film anything like that for a while. I'm really excited about, wow. It's hard to keep talking completely to myself while doing this, because I know if I get distracted, I'm going to run at the timer. That's why I'm ignoring you. I promise I'll be back soon, hopefully. You're probably all screaming advice on how to do this faster. There's probably a better way. Okay, we can now do this. No, one more. One more side. System resetting. Oh, did I do it? I think I did it. Or broke it. I'm either about to get loot or I'm about to die. Huh, there we go. I think I did it. That's good. Saves you from the boring story that was about to come next. Okay. There we go. Let me catch back up on chat. 2 or 3, easy 1. 6 because we don't get tornadoes. I go outside. Most people here will go and watch the storm if there's a tornado anyway, so we know the difference because we'd be getting wet. Fair. Unless it's touched down, I don't usually panic. Corgis don't walk, they float on a cloud of cuteness. I'm crossed the ley lines in one move. Isn't that a great feeling? Which enchant is better for Shadow, Brilliance, or Quick Nav? I can't decide. I've been using Quick Nav. Because that's what Simcraft told me was better. Simcraft plus raid bots. You can compare them. So basically, if you load up your character in raid bots and you go top gear, you can just keep everything the same, but directly compare QuickNav versus Machinist, and it'll tell you. Because it could be different depending on what's going on with the rest of your gear, but I know for me it's QuickNav. Yeah, videos, yeah. I need to make a few of them just to make... Because I know, like, lately my content's been a little light because I was switching my stream and because I was manically cleaning my house. So I need to make sure that I get back to getting a few regular videos out just so people don't think that in switching to Twitch, I'm switching completely to Twitch. I still make YouTube videos. I just don't stream on YouTube anymore, but it's all well and fine for me to say that. It doesn't mean anything if I'm not actually doing it. So I need to actually do it. Goblin Lady changes are fantastic. What video editing software do you use? I use Premiere and After Effects. And teeny tiny little bit of Animate sometimes, but most of it is in Premiere and After Effects. I use Photoshop when I need to do image manipulation, and the one single time I needed to make vector art was with Illustrator. I just have the Adobe suite. Okay, there's Thok, and now we get a long run back. Focused Hazel, it's focused. Focused Hazel's getting another cup of tea. Oh, and pouring tea on my desk. That's okay. That's why we keep a tea towel on the desk. It always works out that the front of my desk is like sparkling clean because it's been like wiped down with clear tea like 5 times a day, but the back of my desk gets very dusty. I was looking into things I could do about that, and I think the thing that you do is you just dust it. Corgis actually float in a cloud of barking and leave a wake of fur. Yeah, but they're so fluffy. They're so fluffy butts. Hail scared me more than tornadoes. Hail sucks because hail will kill your garden. Like real strong hail will just pummel Your poor, sweet vegetable garden that you work so hard on. Wind is one thing. Hey, Hazel, any tips for a new holy priest? My best tip is to go to Warcraft Priest. They have a Discord. They also have a website. Their website is warcraftpriests.com, and they will have answers. My best advice is find the people that have the answers, and I can confirm that for Holy, that's not me. It's not really me for Shadow either, but I know more about I don't know very much about Holy at all. I've heard that the well essence is good. That might be good. Have I done both sides? I believe I did, because one side was Siegecraft or Blackfuse, yeah? Listening to you while cleaning my living room, about to tackle my desk and craft area. There you go. That's some good stuff. I did my ceiling fans. Like, I had done one ceiling fan, but I actually went around and did the rest of them because I discovered that my new vacuum, I could actually like shorten the attachment on it and get to the top of the blades, because I was a little scared to like just dust it because there were some big dust bunnies up there. But I just vacuumed most of them up. Also, a poor dearly departed ladybug that was apparently up there, and then dusted them, wiped them down. I figure if they're gonna be swiping through my air all the time, it's probably best if they don't have like an inch of dust. Tips for new Holy Priest: play Dis. I think Holy has its place. I don't know anything about healer balance. I know that we have a Resto Shaman that people make fun of because apparently it's not good anymore. Happened to Charles Ingalls. The hail flattened his crops. True story. Well, I haven't thought about Little House on the Prairie for a long time. I had a bunch of the books, and I read them all, and I hated them. They were too wholesome and cute. Like, my mom also had, like, all of the seasons of the show or whatever, the movies. I don't remember if it was the show or movies, but I remember there was TV of Little House on the Prairie, and my mom had it. And at the time, the whole thing was just so sickeningly, like, wholesome farm ranch, life that I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't handle it. It was too cute and clean. I don't know. I was a young person that wanted gritty TV. Also, whenever there's like sad things on a show about like a farm, it's always really sad. Like in a TV show, like somebody gets murdered and it's like a cop show, so like lots of people get murdered. But like in Little House on the Prairie, it's like somebody has to put their dog down. And it's like this whole horrible tragic thing, and that's like, that gets to you. All the mobs can be skipped here, but they dropped me gold. They dropped gold. I just made like 11 gold. Super worth it. I have a problem. All right. The manipulator, right? Manipulator's the one I need to watch out for. He's the big bully. Yeah, I'm gonna put a skull on him. Oh no, I forgot. So one at a time. I need to kill them one at a time. I need to make sure that when the manipulator comes out, I do him first so that I don't, and watch out for his ad. They don't die. I didn't kill the bloods, that's fine. Corbin. The theory is that as long as you are doing just one of them at a time, I guess if he's regenerating, that's fine, then you won't bug it out. So there's Zarl. I want to go back to do Corvin. I've been stunned. That sucks. Oh, manipulator's out. So I'm going to avoid the projection. There you go. He's down. Good. The only reason I'm like hyper-focused on this one is because this wiped me last week. I wiped on this because I ate the manipulator's thingy do. And I don't want it to happen again. All right, there we go. Done. Done and done. Easy. Just got my no mage to Borealis last night. Congratulations. Hazel, you're pretty tall. You look like you might be tall-ish. Yeah, I'm tall-ish. 5'10" Imperial, like 178-ish metric. First flower garden at my house got destroyed by hail 1 week after I did it. Very sad because it was beautiful. Oh, that sucks. We had a random hailstorm in July. Like, it was really warm out, and there was thunder, and then lightning, and then hail, like heavy, huge hail. It was very strange. We had just finished watching Planet Earth on Netflix, so I was already freaked out about climate change, and then it starts hailing in July, and I'm like, oh no, this is the end. But I remember running out in the hail and like kind of keeping my head down because I didn't want to get hit in the eye because it was like coming down real hard, and pulling all my plants inside because I have a whole bunch of succulents that live out of my balcony, and they're all in individual pots, and none of the pots are like grouped together in trays, so it's like I grab one pot and come in and grab one pot and come in. And by the time I brought them all in, it hailed for another like 4 minutes, and then it stopped, and then I just put them back. Tried all summer to get into disc, and I just can't do it. It feels like a very different style of healing. People that love disc, but it has a very different vibe to me from Holy. So I'm not surprised that somebody that's really into one doesn't really care for the others. Do you bother with alts besides using them for mount runs and professions? No. Now, the closest I get to bothering with alts outside of those things is I, here and there, will set up my Resto Druid and queue some Arena on her with my friend. But I have not done that yet for 8-2 for sure. Dennis, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Dog looks so cute asleep. He is happiest here. Just relaxing and mostly asleep. He would still stand right up if I said the right words. He's never truly asleep. Hail usually happens in the summer. It was the first time I'd ever seen it. Do you live in the Midwest? No, we're in like Portland-ish. Yeah, it's not that common over here. Like, I've seen hailstorms like at home in Canada in the winter. Never in the summer. Queen of Shara video is like 10 minutes long. Mine? It's a long fight. There's a lot going on in that fight. Yeah, I want to tickle the toes. I know that's mean. I do that with my cat because she kind of likes it. Like when she gets real sleepy and gets the real stretchy paws, I don't like tickle them, but with like one finger, you can like kind of pet the toe beans, and then she like stretches them, and it doesn't look like she hates it. I don't push it, but it's just so cute. It's just so cute. We also, when she was a kitten, made sure to handle her paws a lot to get her used to us touching them, so that now we can just kind of pick her up and use your fingers to push out each claw one by one to trim them, so we can just trim her claws, no problem. Very nice. Is there a way to lock out Share Siege? I've been informed that you can lock out Share Heroic Siege, but you need to run it on Mythic to get a chance at the mount, and I do not believe you can lock out Share Mythic. Toe beans? Live in the Midwest, it definitely hails in the summer. Okay. Maybe it's not weird then, it was just weird for me. I do that with my cat and she wraps her foot around my finger. Oh. Video quality is so much better. Yeah, Twitch's compression is much less aggressive than YouTube's, I find. I imagine it's because on Twitch, they're not anticipating keeping the VoD. Twitch's system does not permanently keep VoDs unless you save and edit and designate them, so they don't have nearly as much video to like permanently host. Whereas with the YouTube stream, unless you go and delete it, they are anticipating keeping the entirety of that video content on their servers forever. So they definitely compress it more aggressively, and I find that makes the video a little washed out. Mostly the colors. Mostly the colors. Oh, man. Do you know if Twitch partners, like, do you know what resolutions? I don't know because I'm not a Twitch partner yet. What resolutions they're able to stream in, like what kind of bit rates they can use? Because, like, theoretically, I know that this is for nobody. Nobody has the internet and the computer and the desire, but, like, maybe one day. I don't know. I have technically the technology, especially if we ended up with slightly better internet. I could theoretically stream in 4K. I could make that happen. It would be the most useless, stupid thing ever, but theoretically, if we had transcoding, so I knew I wasn't just lagging out half of everybody, could theoretically stream in 4K. Tell me, how is your lemon tree going? They are very good. All 3 of them are still doing splendidly. I'm going to check on them again after the stream to see if they need some more water for today. I've been watering them about every 2nd to 3rd day. They're still in those big tall cups, so that takes them a while to like dry. I don't want them to completely dry out, but you also don't want to keep them, you know, soggy. But yeah, they're doing great. They're putting on big new leaves. I'm really glad that I decided to plant them in those because they took a bunch of time putting down roots, but I feel like they've got now a really good, strong foundation, and they've been doing very well. Is there a class spec you'd recommend for running old dungeons that has fast AoE? I'm experimenting with that myself. I've heard Demon Hunter is very good. I would say Monk is also up there. So, that was attempt number 3 for the Corcoran Juggernaut. And that officially a no-go. I no longer think I'm going to be getting through 3 siege runs in this Mount Run stream. But that's alright. Ninja did 12k bitrate, could be wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if he has, like, a special cable. Like, they ran a cable to his house. Yeah, the limiting factor wouldn't be my computer. It would probably be my internet and the bitrate that Twitch will accept. I think those are the bottlenecks. See all of the fours at 8K? Nobody needs to see me in 8K. Nobody needs to see me in 8K. Assuming that I do a 4K camera this fall for vlogs, I'm concerned that may be too many pixels all by itself. Okay, so I'm gonna do my warrior because weapon mogs, I guess. I don't know. I don't use weapon mogs. I use mogs that I can use in my priest because I only play my priest. But warrior's also not that slow. I guess, hang on, I should buy that back. There was a shoulder token, I thought. Maybe not. I just want to make sure that I'm learning the mog just in case I have some that I haven't learned yet. I think I've learned all of it. Maybe not. There's the helmet. Yeah, no, I have that set, I guess. I can toss the 115 stuff. This and this. You get not too bad gold from this. Just another helmet, some leaks. If I'm gonna be doing this all the time, I should probably be taking the extra step to actually, like, set these things to junk. But, oh, no, give me my dust back. Oops. Oh, no, I didn't click on it. We're okay. We're good. What's that? Don't need that. Don't need that, don't need that. Don't need that. I can send 10k over to my bank alt. And reset my auctions real quick, probably. They accept 12k for partners, that? Top shelf, top quality Hazel. I mean, outside of how much bitrate they allow me to stream as a partner, I would also want it because if I was going to stream in a crazy resolution, I would want to make sure that we have transcoding available, which means that if you do not have crazy internet, that you can then have the option to turn the stream down at all times. Right now, I have that some of the time based on peak hours and availability as an affiliate, but I believe as a partner they guarantee it, or at least I hope so. 10k. So that's why I have my fingers crossed. My application's still in. It's been sitting for a while, but there's no real way to poke them. It's processing, so I hope they get to it eventually. Okay. Hop to the mage, then hop to the warrior and see what that runs like. Maybe the tusks will drop and you'll trigger every plate wearer main who actually wants them. Quite possibly. Perhaps. Where can I get some good monk transmogs? That's a tough call. I don't actually like a lot of monk transmog, which is one of the reasons I don't play them much. Okami, thanks for the bits.
Hi at Hazelnuttygames. I have 2 questions for you. Question 1. Have you seen the new model of Rathian? He looks like he came out of a steamy romance novel. Question 2. Do you think Rathian is autistic? Asking this one since my friends are trying to tell me that he is.
So, I also love a good 100k plus mail inbox. I have not seen the new model of that. I have not checked that out yet. I heard there's a new one for Rathian and for Kellia, so maybe I should either tuck those into the Goblin Worgen video or maybe make a separate video. And I have not heard that theory. I would have to read some. I don't know much about Rathian as a character, so I couldn't really say one way or another. Streams making the afternoon at work go by so quickly. I'm watching 160p, minimize Twitch, listen to the audio. That's fair. That's a fair plan. Okay. Post. Yeah, so I'm up to 4.59999. Another like 6 gold and I'll be getting 4.6, which is still 4 million off, but still. Did you tell Twitch about your channel? I did. I promise I've tried everything. Well, I mean, I haven't like blackmailed them, but I hear that's frowned upon. I promise you, they know. How are you? I just got the test, no mount, but I can finally focus on getting other sets. Very nice. Kami coming straight from the T&E stream memeing. Oh, is that a meme? I thought it was a serious question. It sounded like a serious question. Zaloria, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. I doing? I really appreciate the support. Did I cancel scan? I don't remember if I did. I never remember what scans I've done when I'm streaming. Genuine question? Gotcha. That's what I thought. I must not have done this because I need to reset my single. You know what? If it's just, oh no, there's a few. Okay. I was gonna say if it's just one single superior battle potion, then no, that can stay. But this is enough stuff. I'll do a quick reset. And then we'll take the warrior through, which is actually, that might be a mistake. I wonder if there's something else Mount Renya can do, because I have like half an hour before I gotta go, and I cannot get through Siege in half an hour. Maybe we should do islands. Or, what else could I do that could have Mount chances that's like not taking that long? I don't want to do Pandaria world bosses. They have such a stupidly low drop rate, it doesn't feel worth it. Okami, thanks for the bits. You just reminded me of something funny. I was developing an app for deaf people, and Apple wanted me to provide an audio-only option. I can see how that happens. That's a good one. Do islands? Yeah, let's do some islands. Let's do some islands. That is a much... Oh, I sold a ring enchant. Oh, man. It might be for the best that my bank hold is a separate character to my regular one, because you just get like a little tiny dopamine hit every time you see something sell, and that could get addictive. It's already addictive, and I don't spend much time on my bank hold. Blaze147, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. How you doing? Shaw of Anger Mount truly makes me sad. I have a buddy. I probably shouldn't tell you this because it's hard to hear. I have a friend who has the Shaw of Anger Mount, and then he has another one in his bags. I think he bought it on the black market auction house, even though he already knew the mount, just to have one in his bank. Isn't that insane? What did I say I was doing? Islands. Resurrected Chaos, thanks for the sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Hope you guys enjoy the emotes. I hope we get partners soon so I can hit you guys up with a bunch more emotes. I think with our sub numbers, we should be allowed a bunch. I don't know exactly how many subs you need for each emote, but I feel like we can get a few more. Okay, I'm going to take the quickest break. I'm going to get right back up. Oh no! Quick break in the middle of the sub train. Cree Jaffa Cree, thank you for your sub, and welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Really appreciate the support. I'll be back in like 28 seconds. In the meantime, please enjoy my dog. Okay, how do we do? Oh, man. Alright, am I talented for islands? I mean, I have talents. I wouldn't say I'm talented. This'll do just fine. Let me pop up a group, pre-made, or islands. Start a group. Title is going to be called, Hi, I'm Hazel. We doing Mythics. And once again, I'm asking for a prohibitively snobby item level. Hey, Joker baby puppy. Joker perked up. Yeah. I mean, it's because I got up. He always has to keep an eye on things whenever I am standing. Just in the event that, that I go somewhere, he just wants to be on top of it. Welcome, Two Paw and Daddy Cats. I got some druid buddies with me today. Let's do an island. I hear it's double pirate week. Maybe we'll get a parrot. Now it's 34 seconds. Pretty good if you ask me. Not quite 28, but pretty good. Hazel, do you ever spec into disc or holy? Nah, not if I can help it.
Hazel, I just wanted to stop by and show some love. I've been watching your videos for a few months now on YouTube and so glad to see you're finally on Twitch. Your boss guides are quite lovely and easy to understand, straight to the point. I hope you've been having a good stream and a good day.
Thank you, Zaloria, for those very kind words. Also, Danskiwi, that's probably not how you say it. Thank you for the bits. And DeLeon LC24, thank you for your sub. Welcome to the Scroll Squad, guys. Didn't actually keep time. Got a Twilight Avenger from Islands today. Fun. That's one of the ones that I know people will really fight you for. People really want that one. I just want a pair. I would accept... Oh, it's Havenswood, so I can have a chance at the... Oh, this is my island week. Canceling all plans for other stuff I might have done on streams this week. This is island stream week because there is stuff I can get from this week. Havenswood is the island that can drop the Risen Mare Mount, and I want the Risen Mare Mount. I love the dead horses, specifically the unarmored ones. Like, I have Baron Rivendare's mount. I have the old Kara mount. I have undead horses, but I want an unarmored undead horse. That's what I want. Okay, what's going on over here? We got this guy, and we got this guy. And I'm gonna stack them up. And that might be a mistake, because I think the worm does something stupid, but we'll find out. Won't stand in front of him. Yeah. No, this is island week. Hey, I'm new here. Is that Micus Renee Olsen? Is that it? Micah? Micus. How are you doing? I want a Bumblebee. It's the only mount I'll ever need. Oh, I can see it. You just get it, you pop it on your bar, and you just never open your mount journal ever again. You're like me. I ride a bee. On ground, on land, under the sea, I ride a bee. There you go. You have a theme song. I love dead horses. It's like kind of morbid. And it's not a good memory that it's tied to, but like, and I've told the story before, I used to walk to school every day. And the path that I would walk to school, it was a pretty rural-ish area. There's lots of deer. And a deer had gotten hit by a car and it died. And it was dragged over into the ditch instead of being removed. So it was just like in the ditch. And I had to walk by it every single day for school. Eventually I started to cross the road because the smell was like horrifying. And it took probably half a year to fully decompose. And over time, because you walk by it every day, morbid curiosity would kind of make you look at it. And you could see it go through various states of decomposition. And it's not a great memory, but the undead horses remind me of that. And for some reason, I'm into it. Like, I wasn't into the deer at the time. I was quite upset by it. But like, I don't know. I have a memory to relate it to. Have you ever looked into Ahoy? Shows what all the mobs have a chance to drop. I used to have Ahoy. I got rid of it because it's not really... You don't need to make decisions mid-island anymore. Basically, you make your decision about whether you want to run it based on what could be up, and then everything else is RNG. As long as the mob was present on the island, you now have a chance to receive whatever loot it could have dropped. So it might be fun to see when you're on an island what you have a chance for, but I'm not really going to stress about it until it drops. Supposedly all levels, but higher chance on Mythic? Yeah. I don't think it was ever officially confirmed, but it's been very heavily implied. Let's get off this little island area.
You didn't answer my question about Rathian being autistic thing. Not a meme chat. I'm genuinely curious about this since I'm a high-function autistic person.
I see. I'll say the same thing I said before. I don't think I have enough information to really take a stab at. I don't know much about Rathian. I always kind of had a pet theory that well, not a pet theory, but like I always sort of headcanoned that him and Anduin kind of had a thing, but we don't really have any evidence for that either. They're probably just friends. But I don't really know. I couldn't really guess. I wouldn't be surprised, but I wouldn't be surprised either way, and it would be a bit unusual. I don't think Blizzard's done... actually, that's not true. They have done autistic characters. I believe Symmetra is supposed to be autistic in Overwatch, I think. Auntie M's, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Oh man, hate how people leave animals. Had a similar situation with a cat. Yeah, it's rough if you have to walk there all the time, or for anybody that does walk there, because it's not pretty and it's hard on the smells. And it can also attract scavengers. We ended up with a couple of resident vultures, or at least vulture-like birds, that were not really a problem, but also definitely not a usual sight around that area. Are you a children's poetry writer? Sounds very Shel Silverstein. No. Super not. Although that's a fun retirement hobby. You know, like, you can self-publish anything these days, so, like, I can totally imagine being, like, old and retired and just, like, writing and illustrating my own, like, odd children's books. I would want to make them weird. Not inappropriate, but just kind of weird. Those were always my favorite books as kids. When I was a kid, my uncle bought me a copy of The Stinky Cheese Man and Other Fairly Stupid Tales, which I have since found out was a fairly popular book. And I loved that one because it was so dumb. And, like, as a kid, a lot of the books and the media that you're fed is, like, very clean and very wholesome because everybody doesn't want to corrupt your tiny little kid brain. And I think it's fun to get some stuff that's just, like, a little weird without being, like, totally traumatizing, you know? Okami, thank you for all of the gift subs and congratulations to everybody who received one. Honestly curious how many times mounts drop on Heroic. I have heard of it. I don't know if I've seen it. I think all of my mounts have been on Mythic. Why are Shadow Priests so good right now, in your opinion? There's always going to be in a tier 1 or 2 fights in which Shadow Priests are good. It just so happens that right now, the fights that Shadow Priests do very strongly on are all at the end of the raid when you're going to be spending the most time on those bosses. Like, the difficulty curve of Eternal Palace, in my opinion, is such that it's like a cakewalk up to Queen's Court. Queen's Court takes like a minute. Zakul takes some progression, and Ashara you get stuck on. And the fights that Shadow Priest performs best on, in my experience, has been Queen's Court, Zakul, and Ashara. It's because you have lots of multi-target sustain. So, that's why I think they're valuable this tier, but I think they're always pretty good. Gruesome vultures have no feathers on their necks. They don't get messy when they stick their heads in. A bit, but also just kind of clever. Like, you can't hate evolution for doing something smart like that. I mean, like, if I had a messy job, I would want gloves built in. Stinky Cheese Man was awesome. I'm on my way home from work. What's up, dances? Titta thing. Scary tales to tell in the dark stuck with me as a kid. Too traumatizing for kids. Scary tales to tell in the dark. The name rings a bell. I don't think I had that. I had a bunch of Goosebumps books, and I had a bunch of Animorphs books, because that was just stunningly cool. But they weren't scary like that. I did not get the Juggernaut, no. I can see how you would infer that based on the fact that I'm not in Siege right now. But I did one whole Siege run. It took me like an hour, which I'm disappointed in because I didn't get stuck as much, but it was still pretty slow. I did one whole Siege run and then decided I didn't have enough time because I need to go in like 20. So I didn't want to get into a whole brand new fresh run. So I thought I would do some islands instead because it's a very good week for islands for mounts right now. At least for me, for the mounts that I want. We have double Pirate Islands, and Havenswood is up. I believe I also need Lord Woofington, and he should be around too. This should do, I think. Gonna get out of the stone breasts, do a little. Oh no! Oh, it's okay. It's not on cooldown. I was mad because that was my I-beam, but it wasn't on cooldown. There we go. Fake I-beam for demon hunters that aren't demon hunters. Oh man, I don't have any rank 4 essences yet. Do you guys have any? I'm starting to get more rank 3s. I had procrastinated for the longest time on learning the rank 2 Vision of Perfection essence because it's not that good for Shadow Priest. It reduces the cooldown of your Shadow Fiend, which is like fine, but there's better essences. So I had never crafted the rank 2 thing, but I know I need to because we keep running Mechagon. And we keep running Mechagon, and my teammates keep being like, okay, I got another spring. And I'm like, oh, I should do that because I'm not collecting them yet. A Fiery Hail and Crooksnick, thank you very much for the subs, guys. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. I can't remember when I was on when the Batman dropped. Probably Heroic, only rarely run Mythic. Thanks, guys. I will put together another group, thanks to Two Paws and Daddy Cats. Got time for a few more. I might be able to get all of them done for the week, actually. It's one of the more disturbing books in the book fair. You guys have the Scholastic Book Fair come to your school? Is that a thing in America? We had that in Canada. Oh yeah, Warrior Party. Warrior Party. Oh boy. This gonna be good. Welcome to Diegoto and Skullbane. In my head, Skullbane listens exclusively to metal and has a large beard. My apologies for assuming anything, but that's just like new Skullbane head canon. The mounts do drop on heroics. Got one from doing them. Probably higher chance of mythics. S-Priest got ganked by 3 Alliance. Use the Azurite skill warp to higher rock. Okay. Are you liking being full-time Twitch over swapping between YouTube and Twitch? Are you happy with it so far? Yeah, this is the first stream that would have been on YouTube that is now on Twitch. But I can say that it's just very nice to not have to manage the 2 different platforms and encoders and settings, and we'll see what the experience is like for exporting the VoD, because I have promised that Tuesday and Friday VoDs will still go onto YouTube. There will need to be a 24-hour gap. I think the key thing is just going to be for me to set myself a reminder to make sure I remember to go do it, because it's not a hard thing to do, but I just need to remember. That's my big flaw, my big failing with posting stream VoDs, is I never remember to do it. It doesn't take very long. Oh, there's an extractor over here. We can, here, grab this guy, and I'm going to grab these bad boys. And I'm going to pull them over. And we got these bad boys. I'm going to not stand in the breath. I'm going to do my little I-beam thingy. So good. I love islands. I love islands when it's not Rabbit Week. I'm glad they nerfed Rapid Charm. I don't ever want to just do the runny, sneaky thing again. Oh, man. Aren't they making a horror movie out of scary stories to tell in the dark? Oh, I saw a poster for that. It had, like, a woman, and there was, like, spiders, and I believe it was, like, coming out of her face or something. It, like, the poster freaked me out. If it was children's stories about stuff like that, then that's messed up. What drops from Havenswood? Risen Mare, Woofington. I believe there might be a few more, but those are the ones that I know off the top of my head, and I need both of them. We got Rotting Mire, which I want to say, I didn't check actually which islands have which ads, but might be good. I got Woofington, coolest doggo battle pet. Congrats. What are the most difficult mounts to get in WoW? Don't collect mounts, so I don't know. I would say drop chance-wise, Pandaria World boss drops, because those are once a week per character. They are a 1 in like 5k drop rate. I believe those are some of the rarest ones drop-wise. So like your Heavenly Onyx Cloud Serpent, that kind of thing. You'll also not have too many people having like the big gold sync mounts. I guess Gladiator mounts, because those are limited availability and they go out to a very limited, very niche class of people. So Glad mounts are really rare. Apology for not looking this up in advance. Do you ever stream or video your guild raids? No worries. I don't know where you would find that if you went to look for it anyways. I do not. I used to stream guild raids many years ago, and I found it made me not a very good streamer and not a very good raider. I wasn't doing either one of them correctly, and it also requires me to get consent from my entire raid team to broadcast them, which not everybody's cool with for understandable reasons. People raid to unwind, and I didn't want them to have to worry about it coming back to like bite them later. So I no longer stream guild raids, and we're all much better off for it. I was a bad streamer too. I wasn't able to chat very well. I was not displaying my best raiding capacity. Oh man, Essence is very good for rep palette. Nice lipstick. Thanks. Love Scholastic Book Fairs. Yeah, they were like my favorite. I would always get a few things. It was awesome. We have them in the US. It was good. It was good stuff. We got all kinds of good books from there. Okay, so we want to like go away from the Horde boat. We could go inland. We could go south to the island. What are you feeling? What are you feeling? There's like a few rares we can hit up down here and then like head south and do those 2 X's. I don't know where the Horde boat is. I'm assuming it's north. I guess we'll find it. Got some goats. Careful with these. Dark Moon Book Fair. I love the Scholastic Fair. My parents hated them because I would buy so many cool books and never read them. I remember buying books, but mostly I would buy like weird book accessories. Like they also had like a little section. I remember they would sell like spy gear. Am I imagining that? No. I do know that I once bought I got like a whole collection. They had like a classics collection that had paperbacks of like all of the old, like I got like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and I got Jane Eyre and Little Women, like books like that. They had a big box set that had like 40 of them. That was, I don't remember how much I paid for it, but not that much. And that was a really great one because I read those a lot. And most of those books are free now because their copyrights expired, so you can download them on e-readers and stuff and catch up with them. Glad for the swap. YouTube never gave me notifications consistently. Google has a whole big thing where they want to deliver you your notifications algorithmically, which means they want to decide whether or not you want your notification before they give it to you. And while I'm sure that tests to be the most effective way to do it, I'm sure that they do it because they have data that says that that's the right way to do it. It's very frustrating as somebody that's trying to get a notification that you want to get. I was just dealing with this morning. I went to catch up on my Twitter notifications, and I was trying to like find a setting so that my Twitter notifications only has like mentions in it. Like, cause I go to my Twitter notifications, you know, once every 3 days and don't touch any of them. But like I go there and it's like this person tweeted and this person tweeted. This is a notable tweet from this person. And like I follow them. But I don't need their tweets in my notifications. I didn't opt into notifications for their tweets. And if you go into like your Twitter notification settings, it is murder. You can't opt out of that thing stuff. All you can do is you can go into like deep into your interest and ad tracking settings and then disable all of your interests. And then just click don't show me this in as many as you can. That's all you can do that I could find anyways. And it makes me not want to use Twitter because if a service does not trust me to tell them explicitly what I do and do not want to be notified of, then I don't think I want to use it. Oh man, how do they nerf Rabbit Charm? Those are my favorite weeks. My understanding is that they have reduced the threat immunity radius so that it's a little harder to sneak around and not have to kill anything. Gizna, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Good luck on that island. How much did the Galligus mount cost in your realm? So they were going for like 120k or so in my realm. I actually have a friend that had a few of them that looped me in. I don't typically accept donations, but this was a present from a good friend, so I accepted it. And yeah, no, I got hooked up with my buddy. Is Slimy Pet change weekly? Got Slimy Crab 2 times. You can get dupes. It's quite unfortunate. You can double up on pets that you receive. You get 4 new slimes to feed every week. Then they reset on weekly reset. I'm only gonna have 2 of them this week because I didn't finish feeding all my slimes. I have been very poor about getting out to Nazjatar every day. So 2 of my slimes I fed enough, and those ones should be back. But the other 2, I feed them 1 more time today or tomorrow, or 2 more times. I don't remember how many times specifically, but like just a little bit more, and then I'll get those 2, but I won't be able to do them again this week. Okay, so got another island out of the way. Can do 1 more. No mount, though. Not yet. Stephanie Nicholson, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Thank you to my Warrior Dream crew. Appreciate the help, guys. I'm going to put together 1 new fresh group. And then do 1 more island. That'll be my weekly done. Earliest I've ever done my weekly. Hang on. I need to do this. Yeah. Oh, Anita, thank you very much for the host. Holy floop, it's a Hazel stream. Yeah. It's the end of a Hazel stream. I should be quite clear. I plan to leave in about like 10 to 15 minutes. You can feed all of the slimes every day. After feeding a slime 5 times, it will despawn and give you the pet, and you won't get a new slime in that location until the Tuesday reset. But you can do all 4. So you can basically get 4 pets a week. I did rabbit charms this morning, had no issues with aggro. I haven't tried it. I heard secondhand that it was nerfed. I haven't actually gone and tested it myself. The hovercraft mount is the Jillywag, is what I'm calling it. ATV. It is made from a blacksmith crafted chassis combined with an engineering crafted engine. You can check the prices of those on your server, see what it would cost to buy both of them and put them together. You can also sell the mount directly. Hazel, did you have to do book reports in your Canuck upbringing? I sure did. Mostly in the younger years of school. probably grades like 1 through 6 were really the book report years. I don't know if I could remember any of the books that I did book reports on. Oh no, I did. We did, shoot, what was it called? The one with, Stay Gold, Pony Boy. What's that? What's that one? It's traumatizing. It's like a heartbreaking book. Shoot, what is that book called? You guys know. Somebody will tell me. I don't know where we're going. Let's go, up the hill. Yeah, you're right, you're right. This way. We can do this little spot, and then we can work our way kind of over west. Almost home, no queue up yet. When in doubt, pinky out. It's Scallywick spelled backwards. Yeah, I figured that out yesterday. I saw a Wowhead comment about it when I was looking up information about where to find the paints for it, because you can paint it. And I was like, oh, that doesn't help me with how to pronounce it. The Outsiders. Yeah. I definitely did a book report on The Outsiders. They made us watch the movie and read the book, and I read the book twice just for fun because it was a really good book, but also heartbreaking. Did you read Dracula in school? I read Dracula for fun. That was one of the books that was included in my like big box set of like classic novels. So I didn't have to read it for school, but I did read it for fun. We did Shakespeare plays, so we did like Hamlet and Macbeth and Romeo and Juliet, but we did those in high school. I found a paint and I don't even have one. Yeah, you can get them. You can get them early. You can get them before that. But no. My high school that I went to was a little bit of a strange education model that was a little more self-paced. And I don't remember there being a lot of book reports. I don't remember much of what I learned in school, honestly. I want that slimy critter. What about your crab mount process? The rare hydras, very hard to find. Also, Packfather. I haven't even started to stress about the meta, with the exception of making sure I'm doing one different thing every week in Mardivis's laboratory for the sake of the periodic destruction thing. That is all I'm worrying about. I think I'm kind of decided to procrastinate, generally speaking. I'm procrastinating the metas for later. I'm too into the gold making right now. Maybe after I get the Brutosaur, my focus will change, but I feel like I'm going to want to make more because there's other gold mounts and gold stuff that I want that I haven't been getting because I've been saving up for the Brutosaur. I want those frog mounts. I want the big ribbits. I want to save up $1 million and then just like walk out there and just go, here you go, give me all 3. I want every color. I don't want to choose. Give me all of them. Okay. Go up here. Some stuff going on over here. There we go. Oh man, I love that mug I bought from you, the Squirrel Squad mug. Yeah, I actually used mine this morning to have my coffee. It's my favorite coffee cup because it's like a nice size. I have the smaller one, and for me, it's like the perfect amount of coffee. What color is yours? I have the light blue one. Midsummer Night's Dream is my favorite Shakespeare play. I don't think I actually did that one. We did specifically Hamlet, Macbeth, and Romeo and Juliet, and I think that's all we did. Every book we had to read a certain chapter, so we all read together as a class. I was that kid that always read ahead. Oh yeah, same. I mean, I was like the bookworm that was like, you know, how you don't have much of a personality when you're a child, so you like get one thing to be your identity and you just latch onto it. I was a kid who read a lot. I always crushed it at like local community library reading. Like we had a program at the local library where you would like earn points for reading books. I don't know how you proved that you read them, but you would earn points for reading books, and then at the end of the summer you could get like prizes, or there was a leaderboard or something. There was some way that they gamified and made reading competitive, and I went ham on that summer because that's what I did. And I still have like libraries. The smell of library carpet still makes me so happy just because I remember enjoying that so much. I had to do a senior exit project in high school, and if you didn't complete a part of it, you didn't graduate until you did. New store mounts announced. Oh. Are they like up? Can I just see them? Oh, this is the alabaster ones. That's fine. They've already announced those. Are they available now? Being forced to read slower was the absolute worst. Oh yeah, I would just lie. I would just read ahead and then be like, I don't know, I'm still in this part. I would read the part they wanted me to read again with them, but I had definitely already read it. All the ribbits? Yes, I need maximum ribbits. We had a book report, and everybody did the Phantom Toll Booth. Oh, that rings a bell. What was that book about? I feel like I read that. Book It? Was that what it's called? I don't remember. I remember there was a big worm, like a big worm character. There was like a big bookworm worm. Was that Book It? I'll have to Google. Personal pan pizzas. I would have gotten a Shakespeare Studies master's degree if I had the money. What does one do though with a Shakespeare Studies master's degree besides teaching Shakespeare? Like you get that kind of degree and then not decree. And then you become a professor or you just like serve coffee. I feel like those are the stereotypical options for somebody with that kind of education. I got the pin from Pizza Hut. I got all the fragments recently thanks to Hazel. We went and got the Abyssal Healing Pot rank 3. Oh yeah, you were in that group. Made so much gold, I bought all 3 in a week. I've been doing real good off those too. It's so satisfying to be able to just like churn out a bunch of them and see like the big alchemy pot crafting procs. So fun. This chest is still locked. Huh. What do we need to kill for that? This one? Don't mind. I'll catch up. Don't worry about me. I just want to unlock this one. I'm assuming it's this mob. Usually it's just like a nearby mob. There's still a Mogu chest in the beginning. No. I don't know what's going to unlock that one. Oh well. Okay, I am on my way. We went down, around the corner. Lots of stuff on this one. They become a Starbucks barista. Not much of a fan of the alabaster mounts. What's the deal? Do you get both of them? If you order one? I'll probably do it just because it's limited time and I'm a sucker for that scam. I don't like not having something that was only available for a limited time. And I know I'm not going to buy the collector's edition. The re-release that they're doing for the anniversary, I'm confirmed not getting that even if I could buy one. So I will probably do the shop mounts. Doesn't Taliesin have that degree? I actually don't know. He's probably told that story. They look somewhat terrifying. They remind me of statue monsters. How did you learn to use TSM? I want to start flipping, but I don't know where to start. So when I learned, I looked up some videos and got really confused. And then I looked up some written guides and then I got confused. And then I just messed with it for like a month and made some bad sales and eventually like figured out the basics. So I've started making video guides to try and make some slightly better ones. I don't have my full set finished yet, but I do have a beginner's guide to TSM up and ready to go. So I would start with that one. I would look for my beginner's guide to TSM. I made a video. It is for the updated version and that will get you started with some of the basic principles. I can't get how people will sit in chairs with their legs crossed. My legs would be numb and useless about 4 minutes. I do it like kind of anxiously. I'm a bad habitual leg crosser because I will also double cross my legs. I think it's an anxiety thing. I'm just trying to like curl myself up into a pretzel crab. And it's very bad for my knees. 1 cross is fine as long as I'm moving them often enough and like stretching. 2 crosses is not good for my knees and I need to not do that. But yeah, I have a real hard time just sitting like full feet on the floor. I had some people that recommended me that I try and just like sit in like man spread and I am not. I'm a curler. I'm a seat curler. What is this re-release you speak of? So they're releasing it's not really a re-release. They're releasing a brand new anniversary edition of vanilla, essentially. It doesn't actually have a game in it and it costs a lot of money, but it has a Ragnaros statue. There's like a mouse pad, you get the mound, stuff like that. Probably a book of some sort, I don't know. But they're very sold out. They sold out real quick when they first went on sale, and as far as I know, they've never restocked. They haven't even come out yet. Like the pre-order is sold out, so hard to get a hold of, kind of expensive, and I just want the mounts. I don't need a Ragnaros statue. I don't collect and display statues. I don't want to have like 7 collections of different types of nerd things. I want to have one type of nerd things, and for me, that's plushies. So I just want plushies and nothing else. And honestly, I'm kind of at plushie capacity. I feel like I have as many plushies as I could really want. So I'm not mad that they don't make a whole bunch of new ones. Thank you guys very much for your help in that island. Stunning performance as always. And we actually got the weekly all out of the way, or at least I did. I got the weekly 1/3 done for a bunch of people, then I got it done myself. That's fairly selfish of me. Maybe I should just do it in one go next time. Just one group, 3 islands. That might be the better thing to do. Okay, treasure map. I haven't done my last treasure map mission yet, have I? Oh no, I sent it out. Yeah, there we go. It's going to come back in 2 hours. So last week's treasure map that we did on Monday, yesterday, Titan Residuum. That's coming in a few hours. Crossing your feet while sitting raises your blood pressure. I did not know that. Cross my legs with my feet under me because my feet get cold. Yeah, I used to do that. I'm pretty bad for that. Alabaster Man's already in the shop. 30-day time card as well. I guess that's fair. TSM Beginner Guide is amazing. If only I could figure out how to do warehousing. Warehousing I've actually never messed with. I probably should because I've started storing more things in the bank while waiting for them to sell, but I've never really gotten to sit down and like really work through warehousing. I like the plushie in the bottom right corner. Hang on. Which one's that? Bottom right. The fish tank? Or, oh, my drawer's open. So this corner, as you guys are looking at it, these are the Frostwolf pups. There's the gray Frostwolf pup, and then there's the white Frostwolf pup that one of you guys, if you were helping me out with at BlizzCon, because I tried to buy this one, and I didn't notice until much later that they had given me a second one of these, and somebody had one for me. I would say trade, but I didn't have it on me, so she just gave me one, which was very sweet of her. So that's how I have one of both of them. Hazel, it's me. Say Pascal, just hit 120. What should I be looking to catch up on? Forget all the BFA launch stuff. Head straight to Nazjatar. Yes, straight to Nazjatar. Once you've unlocked your main Nazjatar zone, they are going to hit you up with a Heart of Azeroth unlocking essences. Do that immediately, because that will boost your neck to essence level like 30 or 35 or something. So any Azerite that you get before that point is a waste. So unlock Nazjatar, unlock Titan essences first. You can do it. I swear they did something to like those intro quests to let you do them with any gear level. Because I just did them on my priest that just had benthic gear and like no weapons, and she killed stuff just fine. So you can do that. Real life Frostwolf pup. Yeah, we got one. We got one over there that's kind of like a mix between the two colors. I just got the turtle and Whomper on sale in the shop last week. Very nice. The turtle, there he is. Poor traumatized turtle back there. I love that one. He's got such a silly face. On the screen, but those are cute too. Is Joker okay with the Frostwolf plushies given his puppy anger issues? He's never actually damaged any of my things. He's not really a toy destroyer. I've gotten him a few toys of his own, and they're all intact, funnily enough. I don't need the plushies. I don't need the plushies. I already collect plants and crystals. Oh, yeah. I guess I have more than one collection. I only have one, like, nerd stuff collection, which would be the plushies. I guess I have a bag of pins. I could go either way on the pins. But I do have plants. Oh, you want to see my, before I go, you want to see my sunray cane? My little Dracana has been doing real good in this windowsill. It gets, like, the tips of it get a little toasty. So I have it kind of, like, tucked back behind the AC a little bit, so it's not in direct sun. But it's really happy in that windowsill. Otherwise, it's been putting on a bunch of new leaves, and the cat can't get to it there, and it's just like real. I like this thing. It keeps me company in my office. Oh man, I collect unicorn statues. Dog carries his plush toys, doesn't tear them at all. Every dog I've ever met has always just decimated plush toys, so I'm surprised that this one, like, he tries. Yeah, no, I also collect fish. Fish are a little nerdy, but fish are like a different kind of nerdy. Fish nerds are different from game nerds there, and we're all strange people. Bless you, lots of success. Thanks, Memrar. I am done for the day. I will be back tomorrow afternoon. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are afternoon streams. So if you take now and you add 3 hours to it, that is the start time for the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday streams. This stream VOD will make it onto YouTube after about a day or so. So keep an eye out for that if you want to catch up on it. Thanks for watching. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the bits. And have a wonderful, wonderful day.